Tonight, breaking news, the new video from Nancy Guthrie's children to their mother's captors. Also, the dangerous Arctic blast in the Northeast with sub-zero wind chills. And countdown to the Super Bowl. The teams are ready and the fans are pouring in. But first, the news just coming in tonight. Savannah Guthrie and her brother and sister sending a video message to their mother's captors saying, "We received your message and we will pay." It comes as the investigation is widening. Agents reviewing surveillance video from a local convenience store. Did it catch a glimpse of a vehicle of interest? The dangerous cold across the Northeast, 80 million Americans on alert. Temperatures plunging and the wind picking up. The coldest winter in New York City in more than 2 decades. 3 rescued after falling into an icy pond. Our weather team tracking it all. A judge ordering the Trump administration to restore $16 billion for a major rail tunnel between New York and New Jersey. Why President Trump blocked it and what sources say he demanded to let it go forward. As tonight, the president is also refusing to apologize after posting a racist video on social media. Trump saying he didn't make a mistake. Newly released body camera video, first responders searching for a father and daughter injured after their small plane went down in a remote wooded area. Remembering Brad Arnold, founding member and lead singer of the band Three Doors Down, Arnold losing his battle with cancer at just 47 years old. Team USA back in action at the Winter Games. The men's figure skater known as Quad God performing his extraordinary quadruple axel. And all eyes on Lindsey Vonn a week after tearing her ACL, set to go for gold again. And countdown to the Super Bowl. Less than 24 hours until the battle between the Patriots and Seahawks. 75,000 fans are pouring in. Security already ramping up from the water to the air to cyberspace as well. And with Bad Bunny headlining the halftime show, the Benito Bowl watch parties set to take place from coast to coast.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight. Reporting tonight from Santa Clara, California.
Good evening. I'm Whit Johnson here outside Levi's Stadium as we count down to Super Bowl 60. We'll have much more on the preparations for the big game, plus the devastating deep freeze across the Northeast. But we begin tonight with new clues in the abduction case of Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mother. The agonizing wait for the Today Show host and her 2 siblings. They posted a new video on social media today begging for their mother's return. FBI agents going door to door in Guthrie's Arizona neighborhood, towing a car from the property. And the convenience store chain Circle K says it shared surveillance video with investigators involving a possible vehicle of interest. This as one alleged ransom deadline has already passed and another is fast approaching. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky leads us off tonight from Tucson.
1 week since her elderly mother was last seen in her Tucson home, Savannah Guthrie and her siblings say they are now willing to pay a ransom. In an Instagram post titled, "Bring Her Home," Savannah pleading with her mom's captors to let her go.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Investigators are now retracing their steps, returning to her house, towing a car, climbing onto the roof to inspect cameras. FBI agents going door to door in the quiet desert neighborhood trying to turn up new leads in this stunted investigation. Authorities were reviewing a new message about Nancy received by a Tucson television station, but if it yielded any clues, they have not said. But so far, no contact, no suspects, no video, no proof Nancy Guthrie, who is 84 and relies on daily medication and a pacemaker, is alive, despite Savannah's solemn pledge.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again.
Police have focused on a 45-minute window early Sunday from the time a doorbell camera at the house disconnected to the time Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker disconnected from her phone. There are not a lot of lights on here in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood. That's on purpose to accommodate the observatories in the mountain ranges. Remember, police believe Nancy Guthrie was taken in the wee hours of Sunday morning between the darkness and the dense desert vegetation. Police have said they don't hold out a lot of hope that home security cameras would catch anything useful. If she was taken by car, license plate readers could help, but no word whether they have. Tonight, this map shows the home and the relationship to thoroughfares any abductor might use to get away. One tip about a vehicle of interest led investigators to a Tucson Circle K convenience store. Circle K telling ABC News local law enforcement visited one of its stores to review that video as part of their ongoing investigation. And tonight, that investigation is expanding to neighboring cities. Billboards are going up in Phoenix, El Paso, and Los Angeles.
That agonizing new Instagram post from Savannah Tonight Wit mentions a communication that the family says it received, and a law enforcement official told ABC News here it is the same message the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department had been studying. Savannah Guthrie and her siblings say they're willing to pay just to get their mom back. Wit.
Aaron, and we are all thinking about the Guthrie family during this difficult time. Aaron Kotursky, thanks for your reporting tonight. We turn now to the nearly 80 million Americans on the East Coast on alert for yet another punishing blast of dangerous cold. Wind chills dipping below zero in several cities, and it's the coldest winter in New York City in more than 2 decades. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Tonight, as millions across New York City are feeling the coldest winter in decades, the message is simple: stay indoors.
When the cold is this deadly, we need to meet the moment and leave no stone unturned.
Extreme cold warnings stretching across much of the Northeast and even down into the mid-Atlantic. Nearly 80 million Americans are grappling with the dangerous blast of life-threatening cold. Wind chills expected to plunge down to 25 degrees below zero in some places. Rescuers in Queens, New York, braving the brutal temperatures. This dramatic video shows 3 young men rescued by helicopter after walking across a frozen bay and falling into the icy waters.
Screaming, help, they're panicking.
All 3 victims taken to local hospitals. Boston feeling it too, facing their coldest winter in over a decade. A Clipper system dumping over 2 inches of snow an hour in spots. And we're here in New York City. Temperatures are dropping dramatically this evening. The winds are also picking up, and by tomorrow morning, it could feel like up to 20 degrees below zero. Whit.
Just brutal conditions. All right, Faith, thanks. Let's get right to meteorologist Danny Beckstrom from our New York station WABC. And Danny, this dangerous cold continues into next week.
That's right. We had another shot of Arctic air to reinforce the deep freeze in the Northeast. That Arctic front stalling tonight, still dropping snow in parts of New England and portions of Rhode Island into the Boston suburbs, already picking up about a foot of snow. That snow wraps up as the chill sets in. Wind also a big part of this. We have extreme cold warnings for the I-95 corridor, cold weather advisories from parts of North Carolina into Maine. That wind does drop below advisory criteria after midnight, but still breezy enough to kick in that wind chill factor. In New York City tomorrow, going to feel about as cold as it has in 3 years. But look at these sub-zero wind chills from Pittsburgh over through upstate New York into Maine. It is going to be brutally cold tomorrow morning, moderating a little bit into the middle of the week. Whit?
Yep, still a ways to go, Danny. We appreciate it. Now to the countdown to Super Bowl 60. The New England Patriots are looking to make history as the Seattle Seahawks are seeking redemption after a heartbreaking loss to the Patriots in 2015. And for millions of others, it's all about the Benito Bowl, Bad Bunny's historic Super Bowl halftime show. ABC's Jacqueline Lee reporting from right here at Levi's Stadium tonight.
Tonight, the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots squeezing in last-minute preparations. While the focus has been on quarterbacks Sam Darnold and Drake May, their coaches Mike McDonald and Mike Vrabel know it's their defense that's helped fuel their success this season.
We made a kind of a pact with each other, like we're going to be a great defense no matter what it takes.
For Seattle, tomorrow will be a shot at redemption after this moment 11 years ago.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
For the Patriots, it's about rebuilding a new dynasty after Tom Brady, who is now facing scrutiny after saying this on a podcast.
I don't have a dog in the fight in this one. May the best team win.
Brady, who led the Patriots to 6 Super Bowl victories and has a statue outside Foxborough Stadium, appears to be backtracking, posting on his Instagram, "You know I got your back, RKK," captioning a photo with Patriots owner Robert Kraft. "Get that 7th ring so we can match." And if your team isn't in the big game, all eyes are on the halftime show. Fans across the country organizing watch parties for what's now dubbed the Benito Bowl.
The fact that Puerto Ricans have been able to get joy out of our own culture, but also share that culture with the rest of the world, it means a lot.
The Puerto Rican superstar, global phenom, and 6-time Grammy winner Bad Bunny set to make history just days after accepting Album of the Year at this year's Grammys.
It's going to be a huge Paris is going to be what people always can expect from me.
The 31-year-old, who is currently in the midst of a wildly successful world tour, approaching this career-defining performance with a sense of gratitude.
I feel more excited about the people than even me. That they always have believed in me, and that's what make this show to me make it special.
And Jacqueline Lee is joining me now here at Levi's Stadium. Jacqueline, we noted the thousands of fans pouring in. So how is law enforcement keeping this safe and secure?
When federal agencies like the FBI and ATF are deploying aerial support, cybersecurity, even bomb-sniffing dogs to keep the area secure. The Super Bowl is a Tier 1 event, meaning there is extensive coordination between federal, state, and local officials. Whit.
Yeah, that partnership is critical. Jacqueline Lee, thanks so much. Next tonight, a federal judge has ordered the White House to unfreeze $16 billion of funding for a rail tunnel project between New York and New Jersey. It comes just as construction was slated to shut down. Here's ABC's senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang.
Tonight, a federal judge blocking the Trump administration from freezing $16 billion for America's largest infrastructure project. The Gateway project would build a new rail tunnel linking New York City and New Jersey, easing traffic in one of the most congested parts of the country. The president announcing the freeze last fall.
The project in Manhattan, the project in New York, it's billions and billions of dollars. It's terminated.
The federal judge ruling the states have shown public interest would be harmed by a delay in a critical infrastructure project. This comes as sources tell ABC News Trump privately offered to restore the funds if Democrats agreed to rename New York's Penn Station and Washington's Dulles Airport after him. Trump later claiming that Democrat Chuck Schumer had the idea, the New York senator calling that an absolute lie. The president also facing growing outrage from inside his own party after a blatantly racist video was posted on his social media account, depicting former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. Overnight, the president refusing to apologize, even after the White House took down the post and blamed it on an unnamed staffer.
President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine.
And with no comment tonight from the White House on when federal funding will resume for the Gateway project, but a lot is on the line here. 1,000 jobs are immediately at risk, and this is a project that was expected to create 90,000 jobs.
All right, Selena Wang, thank you for that. And tune into This Week tomorrow morning. Jonathan Karl has exclusive interviews with Democratic Senator Adam Schiff and Republican Congressman Mike Lawler about President Trump's repeated calls to nationalize elections. Overseas now to the U.S. giving Ukraine and Russia a June deadline to end the nearly 4-year-old war. That's according to Ukraine's President Zelensky. Let's get right to ABC's Marcus Moore. And Marcus, what else can you tell us about this timeline?
Well, what President Zelensky said Friday, the U.S. is pushing both sides to end the war in Ukraine by June, and that comes as Russia continues targeting Ukraine's energy grid this winter. Ukraine's Air Force says the latest attack involved more than 400 drones and missiles from the air and the sea, and hundreds of thousands are impacted by blackouts, many without heat and some without water. Ukraine is agreeing to continue talks next week in Miami. No word yet if Russia will take part, but nearly 4 years after Russia invaded Ukraine, there have been several rounds of talks, but no progress on the major issues at the core of this conflict.
Marcus Moore, our thanks to you tonight. Turning to the Winter Olympics now underway in Milan Cortina after a lavish opening ceremony. The U.S. women's hockey team defeated Finland, and the American figure skater known as the Quad God skates for the first time. ABC's Maggie Rulli is there with all the highlights.
Tonight, the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics are well underway. Ilya Malinin, better known as the Quad God, the only person to ever land a quadruple axel in international competition, took to the ice for the first time with a near flawless routine. USA still atop the leaderboard in the team event.
A lot of people say that figure skating is a sport, but it's also an art, and I consider myself an athlete and an artist on the ice.
Also on the ice, women's hockey winning their second preliminary game against Finland.
3 silvers, 1 gold. What would make this Olympics a success for you? Oh boy, a gold medal.
And for the first time in 12 years, NHL players are also allowed to compete in the games.
Just walking out in the opening ceremonies, being so proud to be American.
Been kind of pinching myself since I got over here.
And tomorrow, all eyes on Lindsey Vonn as she hits the slopes in her first race after tearing her ACL last week. The 41-year-old looking strong in a training run today, posting on Instagram, "Know that I still believe."
Nan Witt, Vaughn's teammate and skiing superstar Michaela Schifrin wished her luck today, calling her tenacity and grit beautiful and saying anything is possible. Witt?
It sure is. Maggie Rulli, thanks so much. There is much more ahead on World News Tonight this Saturday. The dramatic search and rescue after a father and daughter went down in a small plane, how they finally found them. And days after the son of rapper Lil Jon went missing, the sad discovery tonight. Next tonight, a driver under arrest after authorities say 3 disabled men were found dead inside his van near Salt Lake City. Police say they died of carbon monoxide poisoning, saying the driver picked them up at a group home, then left them in the van with the motor running while he stopped at his apartment for lunch. The driver now facing manslaughter charges. Newly released body camera video showing the desperate search and rescue for a father and daughter in the wreckage of their plane. First responders searching the dense brush of Okeechobee County, Florida. The father and his 11-year-old daughter, both injured but able to call for help, staying on the line with a 911 dispatcher until they were found. Both father and daughter are expected to be okay. When we come back tonight, remembering Brad Arnold, the lead singer of the band 3 Doors Down, and the band's breakout hit, Kryptonite. To the Index now, rapper and producer Lil Jon sharing the sad news that his son has died. The body of 27-year-old Nathan Smith was found in a pond near their home in Milton, Georgia. He'd been missing since Tuesday. Lil Jon, whose real name is Jonathan Smith, said he and Nathan's mother are devastated and heartbroken, calling his son the kindest human being you would ever meet. A passing to note tonight, Brad Arnold, founding member and lead singer of the band 3 Doors Down, has passed away at 47. Arnold wrote Kryptonite, one of the band's biggest hits, when he was just 15. He was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer in May. A representative for Arnold said that he died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by his wife and family. When we come back tonight, the Super Bowl fans, they've been here, every one of them, and tomorrow's big game, the Puppy Bowl as well. We'll talk about that. Finally tonight, the growing excitement for Super Bowl 60, from the dedicated fans to the puppies.
Tonight, football fans flooding the San Francisco Bay Area ahead of the big game. Among them, these longtime friends, all in their 80s, members of the Never Miss a Super Bowl Club.
My name is Donald Chrisman. Will be 90 years old come May, and I've attended every Super Bowl that has been played.
Collecting a treasure trove of Super Bowl mementos from those games. As they got older, the 3 men considered stopping, but agreed they wanted to go for at least one more.
I've thought about it quite a bit, and it came close to making that decision this year. But my friends and the other members of the group keep edging me on.
Patriots and Seahawks fans traveling from all over.
We're here for one reason, and that's a Seahawks win.
Jason Gordon from Tacoma attended the last 3 Seattle Super Bowls. Today, he's here with his son, Chase.
I think it's awesome.
Patriots fans soaking it up at the fan experience, like Joel, proudly sporting his Tom Brady jersey.
Are you nervous, excited, hopeful? How do you feel?
I'm a little nervous.
Another highly anticipated bowl is happening tomorrow, too, the 22nd Puppy Bowl. This year's 3-hour spectacular includes a record-breaking 150 dogs. The pups representing 72 shelters across the United States, all to raise awareness for pet adoption.
And we'll be watching. Can't wait. I'm Whit Johnson. Have a great night.